Guys, deluded Guna, James Rodriguez, James Rodriguez of Real Madrid, whatever you want to call him. Going by media reports, don't know how true it is. Bit skeptical myself. We've bidded for him allegedly. Just it's been rejected because it's just under his value. Like I said, I don't know how true it is. But yeah, it is a signing I would like. I mean, who would turn down James Rodriguez? Like I said when he joined after the World Cup, he should never have went Real Madrid. He was a bit of a flavour in the month. If that he didn't put in them performances and he didn't score that goal, he wouldn't be at Madrid. He wasn't ready. His first year it was a bit hard, I believe, if I can remember rightly. In his second year, he done very well, and this year when he's been frustrated, but he looks well whenever he's come in. And granted, whenever he gets a chance, he does take it, but for some reason or whatever is Dan or whoever just doesn't feel the guy, and he does look like he's going to leave. I think the last time I can't remember what game it was, but we got substituted and the clapping he was doing does look like he was off. You saw the Champions League final. He wasn't. I don't believe he was named on the subs bench. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it doesn't. I didn't even remember seeing him in the celebration. So it does look like he's off. If he does join us, first thing, he's going to likely get hefty wages. He will be one of the highest earners. I mean, he can play cam, he can play on the right, he can play on the left, he's direct. I personally prefer him right wing, but he can play cam very well. I only say right wing is the same way I prefer Di Maria right wing, purely because I like the way they dribble and take people on. That's just my personal preference. But yeah, of course I would take him. Of course, you can't say no to this. He would get goals. He's a free kick and set piece specialist. I don't need to tell you how good James Rodriguez is. He's not like he's always played in Champions League. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, Porto haven't always been in the Champions League, and he's been there a couple of times when they haven't been in there. He went, fair enough, he did basically go Monaco for money and to significantly increase his wages, but I'm pretty sure they weren't always in the Champions League. So yeah, if it is true, of course I'm going to take it. Of course I'm going to be happy. I mean, like I said, I don't need to tell you who James Rodriguez, James Rodriguez, whoever you want to call it is, Colombian international, a damn well good player. But typically, like you see at the Real Madrids and the Barcelonas, because of the way they are and the standard and the star players always coming in, someone's going to miss out, someone's going to be frustrated. Now, like I keep telling you guys in my vids, it's World Cup year next year. Whether he plays or doesn't play, like, assuming he stayed at Real Madrid and was still frustrated, you can damn right bet he's going to go to the World Cup. He's going to go to the World Cup. He's technically won Champions League. I think he still gets a medal. But yeah, it's just frustration, if in my opinion. I mean, he'd be torn in two hearts. I mean, he's been there a couple of years and he hasn't really been a main player and he hasn't really gone as well as he would have probably liked it to be. But he's got some trophies that he wouldn't. So he's got a tough decision to make. It'll be tough for anyone to leave Real Madrid. It wasn't just James. If you remember quite rightly, a few months ago, Isco was in the same boat. To be honest, in the sense that he wasn't playing, he wasn't completing 90 minutes, and he did look like he's off. You saw Barca links, let him run down his contract. You saw him linked with everyone. Zidane's giving him a chance and he's flourished, and you saw against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, you saw against Juventus in the final. Isco is a real player and he looks like he's going to go far. Now, if I'm James, I've got two things to consider. Do I look to Isco for inspiration and give it one more season and see what happens and force my way into Zidane's thoughts? Or do I think about it like, I've won some trophies here, it hasn't gone to plan here, I want to play football, Real Madrid are likely to sign some other players, do I move on? He's got a big decision to make, and no doubt he will have a list. Or he will have a huge list of clubs that want him. If it is true, we did go for Ozil. We'll be interested. United would take that. The City would take that. Surely Chelsea would take that. All the big clubs would accept him and welcome him with open arms. But yeah, James Rodriguez, if he is linked, happy days. But it does feel to a degree a lot of this is just that positive propaganda by our club when you consider what's happened and whether you wanted the manager to sign a new deal or not, and the war chest stories and things like that. And like I keep saying, until I see someone holding the shirt and saying they've signed for Arsenal, it means nothing. Because like I said at the beginning, if you believe any reports, we're getting Thomas Lemar and Pepe, Mahrez, Siri, the centre mid. There's so many guys, so many players. But seeing is believing, guys. Deluded Guna, I'm signing out. Please subscribe. Please comment if you'd like this guy or not. Can't imagine any of you wouldn't. But yeah, guys, I'm signing out.